Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Sean James and this is Kentucky, the mini truck state. On today's video, we're going to focus on getting the rear end pulled out, getting it cleaned up, and getting ready to weld the shock mounts on the rear of Kaydee's Mazda and finish up this rear suspension setup. But before we do that, let's make sure and do all the good YouTube things. Make sure and hit the like switch, comment down below, notification bell, and most of all, share the videos. I want to say a big thank you to all the people on my Facebook page, Kentucky, the mini truck state, who have been sharing my videos over there. Man, it means a lot. There's so many of you guys that really help push me out there. And again, that is the best way to help grow my channel. So thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's keep it up. So in today's video, we're going to focus on, like I said, we're going to get the rear end pulled out and go ahead and try and get these shock mounts figured out, get them welded on, and just work on really make a big push. Try and get ready to set the bed back on this truck. I want to see what this thing looks like as a full truck again for the first time in almost a year and a half. So we're getting really close, and hopefully we can make a good push to get there. I've been editing a couple of these videos as I go, and it looks like that these videos are going to be a little bit longer than what I typically like to run. I've been trying to stay in about the 30-minute range, and this video got broke down to two parts for the fact that when I tried to edit it, it was almost 2.5 hours long, and in order to edit it down to 30 minutes, I would have cut a lot of stuff out, and I don't think that was a very good idea for sharing the ideas of how I'm doing things. Again, I'm not trying to teach you how to do it. I'm just showing you how I do it, and I think that's the best way that we could all learn together, and I can progress myself. So I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I've had a couple of people reach out and give me some really good constructive criticisms. Positive, they like what we're doing. So hopefully we can keep that going in the future and make great content for you guys, because after all, I can't be here without you guys watching. So thank you guys for joining along with this journey, and let's see what we can get into. With that said, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. We are back. It is now Thursday afternoon. I want to go ahead and get this rear end pulled, and we'll get it up on the bench so we can get the shocks welded. Off camera, I'm going to go ahead and pull the shock mounts up, put a couple marks where they go. Very straightforward, so no reason to really show that. And then I'll get it up on the sawhorses so we go ahead and get it set up to weld it. Once we get it welded on, we can bolt everything up. We can put the wheels on, we can put the shocks on, we can put the bags on. We can lay this thing on the ground. Maybe we can get it outside tomorrow and set the bed on this thing and see what it looks like as a complete truck for the first time in over a year. And so that is really my goal. I really hope that's what we can get done and get this part of the video series over with and move on to something new. Now, I do still do a lot of wiring in the back. I'm not too worried about that. We can do that later. I'm ready to work on something else, show you guys other parts of this truck that you haven't seen yet. It's been a long time coming, so let's try and get this rear end pulled, get it up on the sawhorses, and get those things welded on. All right, we got the rear end set up here, and the way that this is set up, when the shock mounts go on, they'll line up with the weld on the back side. Same thing on this one over here, so that's why I don't have to worry about taking any measurements as far as the angles and stuff, because whenever I set this up, I made sure to do that to make it easier on myself. I have it marked on both sides, so what I need to do is take my flap wheel and clean up each side of the axle, and then make sure that both of the brackets fit good and tight, which they look like they fit really, really well. So I'm really happy with that. I've said that like 300 times. So I'll go ahead and get this cleaned up real quick, and then we'll get those tacked on and get them ready to weld. It is a little bit cooler today, so I'm probably going to take my heat gun and try and heat this stuff up just a little bit. Last thing you want to do is weld the cold metal. It just causes issues, I've heard. So I've got a Warner heat gun, and I'll take and heat this whole area up, heat the brackets up as well. Then that way they're ready to weld. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned up real quick. It was in my pocket the whole time. All right, so what we'll do is go ahead and mark it. I measured it before. We did that. We'll mark each one where they need to go. There's that. Want to make sure and turn these the correct way. The last thing we want to do is mount them on backwards. That fit is almost perfect. So I'll take that. And that one's really good. So let me get my welder drug up. I will put an angle finder on it just to make sure they're exactly the same. Like I said, I know that the brackets are identical, so that shouldn't be an issue. Lining them up with this weld seam from the factory should get it really close, but we'll go ahead and throw an angle finder on it just to make sure. I'm gonna go ahead and get the welder drug up here. Got it right here. It'd do good if I turn the welder on. There we go. So once I get these tacked on, I'll go ahead and then I'll heat the metal. These tacks really won't hurt anything. I like to keep them kind of small so I don't run into the same issue I keep running into whenever I'm welding, is trying to weld over tacks. Oh man, always something, ain't it? Always something. Set that one there. Turn the angle finder on. Showing 64 degrees. Right there. To make sure we are on our mark. I don't see it, so we got to scoot it over just a little. Right there. Did it again. 2 for 2. Knocking the nozzle off. All right, we're good. I don't know why that's raised up. I'm going to take that off, grind this front off. It's hitting in the front there, holding this up where the other bracket was welded on. So let me get that cleaned up. Much better. That's what happens when you get in a hurry. You don't pay attention. All right, get this back up here. Put the angle finder on it. Get it on our mark. Right there. $63.6. 63.6. All right, so now that I got those tacked on, before I start welding the front, I'll go ahead and tack the front on. I'm gonna go ahead and heat up the parts like I talked about earlier, get them ready to weld on. Then once they're welded on, we'll let it cool off, and then we'll be able to mount it back up. Well, not the last time, we'll have to pull it out to paint it, but I want to make sure everything's gonna work the way I want it to, make sure everything works smoothly. That's gonna be key. You know, I haven't tried it yet, but I know I have plenty of movement in my shock, so that's not gonna be an issue. I don't think it's gonna have any binding with it. As it goes down, it pushes the shock back, so that should make sure it gets away from that upper bridge bar, so that shouldn't be an issue either. So I'm really interested to see how it works. This will be the first time I've ever put shocks back on a mini truck. You know, in years past, I didn't care if it bounced or not. I thought it was funny. So this will actually be the first time I've gone through and put the shocks back on. I think it looks a whole lot better like this versus having that bar across the back. But man, that is a lot of cutting, grinding, and welding to make all that stuff. And every bit of this was made by hand. So, well, other than the circle plates that Jared cut out, but other than that, the lower link bars, the upper link bars, the shock mounts, airbag brackets, all that stuff was cut out of a plate of 3/16 steel, just like I was showing in the video. So you don't have to have fancy equipment. You can do it all by yourself. It's just a matter of, you know, taking the time to do it. So don't make excuses. Make brackets. I've been heating this up for about 5 minutes now. I didn't figure I had to show all that on camera. It's warm enough that I don't want to touch it by hand. I mean, it's not hot enough it's going to burn me, but it's definitely warm. So that'll help the weld for sure, instead of welding straight to cold steel. I've always heard that's kind of a bad idea. It'll also help it cool off quickly too, so heating everything up really helps. One. Go to the other side. What's going on? That's not good. There we go. That's what I should have done to start with. That come out a lot better. This over here looks like crap. I'm probably gonna have to cut it out and re-weld it. I'm not happy with that one at all. The rest of them aren't too bad. But that definitely looks the best. That looks awful. Let me get it cleaned up and we'll try it again. All right. Some of you may notice I'm wearing red glasses now instead of blue. These are my old glasses. I figure I probably need to wear these while I'm working out here. That way I'm not tearing up my new glasses. So let's go ahead and see how that turned out. Pull it up all right. So now we got the shock mounts welded on, the bag mounts welded on. We are done with the rear end. Thank God. I say we're done. We're not done. We still have to take and replace the bearings. We have to replace all the brakes, the brake parts, all that stuff. The rear end was narrowed 1.5 inches to help with clearance when I was planning on running those 20s. I had a little bit of bed rub, but I was wanting to try to get rid of that. But like I said, I want to run those 17s now, so that'll just give us a little bit more room. No big problem there. So, man, I'm glad. We are about to do the coolest thing ever. We're going to put this truck together. We're going to put the wheels on it. We're going to lay it out in the garage. We're going to check it and see how everything works. Then tomorrow when I get off work, which seems to be the going thing here, we are going to put this truck together, put the bed on it, and we are going to have a somewhat complete looking truck. Now the truck is currently not running at the moment. I've got to go through, let me go ahead and show you the front end. I haven't shown you all of that yet. So the front end's tubbed, just trailer fenders. I'll explain all this later. But the front end's tubbed. I'm working on relocating the brackets in the front end, getting all that stuff in there. So we're getting close. I had a header that came off of a manual motor, and you know that these automatic trucks have an issue with the manifold hitting the lower transmission mount on the automatics. So I took a grinder and just cut a small slit, relax that flange back just a little bit, and that pulled it off the transmission by about 3/4 of an inch, and really saved a lot of headache. So I've got to go through. I've got to get that bolted up. I've got to get some of the wiring ran still. I still have brake lines I've got to hook up, all that good stuff. So it's nowhere near ready to drive, but we can push it outside. We can put the bed on it, and we can see what it looks like as a somewhat complete truck. Man, I can't wait. As soon as this stuff cools off, we're going to throw it back under the truck. We're going to get this done on this video. Like, I am done messing around. I'm ready to get it done. So let's let this cool off. I'm going to run in and grab a bite to eat. It's going to be like this. Dude, what happened? So I just snapped my fingers, and dude, the weirdest thing happened. It's all back together. Holy cow. Couldn't believe it. Oh my goodness. It's got shocks on it. It's got bags on it. The dogs don't even believe it. Just kidding, I did it. Anticlimactic. Holy cow. That's better. That is better. So let's take a look at it, see how it come out. Give me a second, get my tripod set up here. Shocks are in. Got a temporary hardline in there. Got clearance around everything. And I still have extra stroke, so we are good, man. Oh, I am so happy. So happy. That turned out really good. I know some people are going to say, you know, what was the point of going through all that work if you're still going to have the shocks hang down that far? I didn't have an issue with the shocks being that far down. My biggest issue was that bar going all the way across there. Because you know how roads get high centered or stuff like that. I know it wasn't ever going to hit, but It just looked bad to me. It looked like it was kind of a halfway idea. So I wanted to fix it. I wanted to change it. I wanted to make it right. And man, I think we did it. It's actually started to look kind of like a mini truck. So this is the first time I've actually put shocks back on a vehicle. So man, I'm tickled to death. Lots of little details in that job getting it set up. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm happy with how it turned out, for lack of better terms. So tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow we're going to push this thing outside. We are going to put the bed on it. We are going to see this thing look like a full truck. It'll be the first time I've had it outside since I pushed it in here to start working on it. And that's been at least in a year and a half ago, maybe even longer than that. Because I know I'd started on it before I'd met Crawford, and I've known Crawford for over a year now through his YouTube videos, Virginia's for Lowriders. And he's the one that really got me motivated back to work on my stuff. Man, I appreciate him a lot. He's a good friend, and you know, I appreciate him keeping me motivated. I sent him a message the other day, like, man, I do appreciate it. And you should always tell your friends, you know, when they do things to help you out. So thanks again, Crawford. I appreciate it. I can't wait for tomorrow. Dude, it's going to look so good. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I haven't been this happy about my truck in a while. Man, she's going to look good. Oh, tripping. What's up, guys? Today's the day. We're going to get my bed set on my truck. I got my brother Chad, my nephew Dawson, and my daughter Kendall. She's out there hiding. She don't want to be on TVs. So, like I said, today we're going to get the bed set on. So we're going to go out and grab it real quick, get it put on there, see what she looks like. Wait just a little bit for the gas for you. All right, go down. There we go. That's got it.
So did you get the back done?
Done enough for right now. What do you think, Chad?
Great.
Great. Come on, Dawson, you gotta be yourself, bud. Gotta be yourself.
After you.
Dawson said I gotta start acting more like myself on camera, so we're gonna work on that. It's good advice. All right, good enough. Looky there, we got her done. Man, I couldn't be happier with how this thing turned out. Getting the bed back on it. Looking somewhat like one truck again. I did have to put a different bed on here. The bed that did come on the truck was really beat up, and the inside was rusted through really bad. This truck had been sitting out behind my house underneath a cedar tree for like 5 years. The bed was completely full of cedar needles, and there's not any, other than that one little dent there. This bed was in excellent shape. So the bed bulkhead has been cut out, section 6 inches. The tubs come up within about 5/8 of an inch of the bed sides. And of course the back has just been stepped down across the brace in the back. I still have some finished welding to do there and stuff like that. And so that'll be what the next probably series of videos is gonna work on. So what we're gonna be doing is on the inside of the bed lips underneath here, they're still loose. I haven't got any way to weld that. So what I want to do is make some brackets to go in. I can weld to the back side of the bed and into that wall to sturdy that back up. It's something I didn't do whenever I body dropped the bed to start with. It wasn't something I really thought about doing, but I know I need to do it now. I want this truck to be nice. It's coming out really, really good. And man, I can't be happier with how it looks right now. I mean, come on. It's a good looking truck. And sticking with it, you know, that's the name of the game, is you've got to keep working at it. Got to keep pushing and plugging and all that stuff. You can see my to-do list up here on the garage door. It's 6 pages of stuff I've got to do to get this thing ready to drive. So I'm ready to stay on it. And seeing this done like this has really got me motivated. So hopefully I can motivate you guys to do your good YouTube things. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff. You guys have really been sharing my videos. I really do appreciate it. Again, that's the best way to help my channel grow. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It means a lot, man. Without you guys, my channel won't grow. And thank you to everybody who's given me the positive criticism here lately about liking the videos. That means a lot. It means I'm doing something right. And hopefully we can kind of keep it going in that direction. So let's go ahead and end it here. And thank you guys for being here. We'll catch you on the next one. What's up, everybody? Today is Sunday. I was sitting on the couch just minding my business. I had a package show up from Christopher Crawford. So let's see what this is. I don't know if it's getting anything today. I don't know if he was sending me anything, so this is kind of a surprise. Oh, this is great. I now got my bench vise that I've always needed. Oh, man. That's a good one, Crawford. That's going to come in handy in the rest of my videos. I no longer have the need to buy a vise. I appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. It's going to go a long way. It's going to go a long way. We're going to make lots of parts with this vise. You wait. You're going to see it in a lot of videos. I'm going to use the heck out of this thing. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.